स्टार्ट कर दो सर आप।
ओके हेलो जीडब्ल्यू सोल्जर्स, कैसे हैं आप सब लोग बहुत दिनों से इसकी डिमांड कर रहे थे कि सर एक ऐसा सेशन लेके आइए जहां पे सारे जितने भी एमटेक के डाउट हैं वो क्लियर हो जाए, क्योंकि आप सब लोग, कुछ लोग आईटी में अप्लाई करना स्टार्ट कर दिए होंगे और कुछ लोग इन प्रोसेस में होंगे इन बिटवीन, और कुछ लोग अभी सीसीएमटी की प्लानिंग कर रहे होंगे अपनी कि किस तरीके से मास्टर की वो अपनी फॉर्म फिलअप करेंगे, किस तरीके चॉइस डालेंगे वो, और कौन सा ब्रांच सेलेक्ट करेंगे। सो डेफिनेटली मेरे साइड से आप लोगों के लिए, और आज मेरे साथ मेरे कई सारे कलीग्स भी जुड़े हुए हैं जिन्होंने इन्वायरमेंटल इंजीनियरिंग पार्ट से एज ए मास्टर किया था और आगे अभी अपने कैरियर में आगे प्रोसीड कर चुके हैं वो। तो सब लोगों की मैं मतलब उन लोग का पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू मैं इसलिए लेना चाह रहा हूं ताकि आपको एक ग्राउंड रिपोर्ट मिले और आपको इन्वायरमेंटल इंजीनियरिंग एज अ ब्रांच मास्टर्स में क्यों सेलेक्ट करना है ये भी आपको पता चले। तो ये सेशन सिर्फ मैं आपको सिर्फ एक ही ब्रांच के लिए नहीं रखूंगा, लाइक डिफरेंट ब्रांच के लिए मैं सेशन आपको लेके आऊंगा, लेकिन एक एक करके आपको सेशन में आपको लाता जाऊंगा। तो आज जो बातें होंगी इन्वायरमेंटल इंजीनियरिंग के रिगार्डिंग होगी, बट यू कैन ऑल्सो आस्क एनी जनरल क्वेश्चन इफ यू हैव रिलेटेड टू मास्टर्स कि सर मास्टर में क्या स्कोप है, ये सब आप जनरल पूछ सकते हैं इन दिस सेशन। तो ड्यूरिंग दिस सेशन ऑल्सो अगर मुझे टाइम मिलेगा इन आवर डिस्कशन तो मैं आपके डाउट्स कमेंट वाले पार्ट से लेता रहूंगा। अदरवाइज मैं लास्ट में सारे कमेंट्स के कोशिश करूंगा जितने आपके कमेंट्स आए हैं उस सारे आंसर मैं कर दूं, और या तो हमारे जो कलीग्स हैं वो कर दे। ठीक है, तो यही सेशन का रहेगा। इट विल बी इट्स लाइक ए डिस्कशन बिटवीन माय कलीग्स। इस डिस्कशन का एजेंडा यही है कि इन्वायरमेंटल इंजीनियरिंग ब्रांच का करंट स्टेटस में क्या अपडेट है आप लोगों के रिगार्डिंग, कि आपको ये ब्रांच आना चाहिए या नहीं आना चाहिए, इंटरेस्ट कैसे बने इस ब्रांच में। तो ये सारी चीजों के बारे में बात करेंगे इन दिस कंप्लीट डिस्कशन। चलिए तो स्टार्ट करते हैं। एक बार मैं आप सब लोग को इंट्रोड्यूस कर देता हूं। हमारे साथ अभी फर्स्ट जो है आईटी बॉम्बे से गोली, उनका सरनेम बोलूंगा मैं, बट उनका फुल नेम है वेंकट शिवारागा साई, और वो अभी करंटली पीएचडी कर रहे हैं आईटी बॉम्बे से इन्वायरमेंट वाले पार्ट में। उनका सॉलिड वेस्ट मैनेजमेंट जो है डिस्कशन वो है। और सेकंड फिर से पीएचडी कर रहे हैं सबरीनाथन, वो आपको आईटी मद्रास से कर रहे हैं और साथ में वो करंटली जॉब भी कर रहे हैं, तो दोनों चीजें साथ में लेके चल रहे हैं वो। थर्ड में आपके पास हैं रजत, उन्होंने भी मतलब अभी करंटली उनकी लास्ट ईयर आई थिंक पीएचडी है, और वो आईटी आपको भुवनेश्वर से कर रहे हैं। उनकी भी पीएचडी का इन्वायरमेंटल इंजीनियरिंग ही एमटेक बेस है। और हमारे साथ जॉब के रिगार्डिंग, जो मैं फुल टाइम जॉब के रिगार्डिंग बोलूंगा और जो सबसे ज्यादा एक्सपीरियंस जॉब वाले पार्ट में अभी हैं, तो अखिल सिरपा हैं हमारे साथ। तो वो भी पहले उन्होंने एलएनटी में जॉब किया है एंड देन अभी वो करंटली वर्क कर रहे हैं जैकॉब के साथ। तो ये एक अच्छा एक इन्वायरमेंट आपको मिल जाएगा इन्वायरमेंट के बारे में, सारा कुछ जानने के बारे में। तो स्टार्ट करते हैं डिस्कशन। आई थिंक मैं सबसे पहले जानना चाहूंगा कि, क्योंकि देखिए आप लोग अगर मास्टर्स में आ रहे हैं तो आपका कहीं ना कहीं ये एक दिमाग में रहता है दैट सर आई वांट टू गो फॉर रिसर्च एंड ऑल। तो सबसे पहले मैं ये जानना चाहूंगा कि करंटली एज अ मास्टर्स अगर आप इन्वायरमेंटल इंजीनियरिंग लेते हैं तो क्या करंट स्कोप है हमारे लिए, इन द सेंस इंडियन, अभी इंडियन कंडीशन के बारे में बात करेंगे। तो गोली मैं आपसे कनेक्ट होना चाहूंगा कि करंटली अगर कोई बच्चा, इफ एनी स्टूडेंट इज टेकिंग मास्टर्स इन इन्वायरमेंटल इंजीनियरिंग, what are the scope, what are the opportunity we have in the research as well as specifically PhD or MS part in foreign. So what we have scope we have?
Yeah, thank you, Mragam. First of all, yeah, at present environmental engineering as a whole, be it environmental engineering or environmental science, whatever it is, it has a kind of emerging concept in India. Apart from, I mean, I would say specifically water and wastewater treatment, since there is a lot of emphasis on like catering to the needs of the society with respect to water and water supply, as well as treating of sewage, whatever is being generated. And being a person who is working on solid waste management, as many of you know that union government is actually emphasizing from its side, like how to have a clean city with respect to Swachh Bharat Abhiyan and solid waste management. As far as opportunities is concerned, after masters, there are several opportunities in the field of solid waste management. I think first and foremost thing is in terms of consultancy, environmental engineering consultancy, because uh, there is a dearth in terms of having authorized consultants who will be able to monitor or test different materials that are in requirements of kind of solid waste management field. So this is one thing in terms of monitoring of solid waste processing and treatment is concerned. Apart from this, there is one more field with respect to systems design, how to design the overall solid waste management systems for a particular city or any urban local body. This is one of the emerging areas. Apart from this, there will be
I think
chemical or
video. Now it's clear.
any background of students will be able to create their own scope in the field of environmental engineering.
So,
So
Goli,
as
if
far
I will
as
ask you a direct question, like in a current situation, is it feasible for a student who are like just now completed his undergraduate BTech or
Mhm.
BE to plan everything related to research? So first go for masters, then PhD. He can plan, or he can first think of first masters and then he will think of PhD,
No, I
or he
mean
can directly
it,
plan PhD.
yeah. So the answer would be yes and no, because if a student is not yet fixed what should be the topic of research or what should be the area in which he or she should be working, then it would be better to do masters and explore the opportunities and see his or her interest in which field they will like to pursue career further. Because once you do PhD, almost the area of research or the area of your expertise will be fixed. So you should be very much interested towards whatever the theme that you would like to choose. So what I would suggest is if you are already very much inclined towards a specific, if the student is already inclined very much towards a specific field, then it would be better. There are opportunities for direct PhD also, but if not, it would be better to do a MS or M.Tech or ME and then think of uh, to choose, go for what should be the PhD theme or the area of research.
So roughly in how much time it takes nowadays to complete MTech plus PhD both?
It depends again, but I would say between 5 to 7 years.
5 to 7 years. And like if they are going for PhD, like after completing their PhD degree, what are the scope they have? Like, is that a teaching option they have, or other than that?
Uh, Again, like if the student, I mean, whoever is doing it, they would like to continue further with research. Yeah, there are opportunities. Need not to be specifically teaching, but there are other opportunities, kind of research scientists, etc., in different labs. But I would say the future is going to be in terms of job creation with respect to consultancy, environmental engineering related consultancy, because though there is a lot of emphasis in terms of solid waste management, but still the players which are there in the market are very less. There will be a lot of scope uh, for both uh, technical in terms of providing technical expertise. I mean, once you do PhD, you will be expected to be expert in your own field. So
That means, like after completing PhD, other than the conventional thing, getting a teaching job or some research job, you can also start your consultant firm based on your knowledge, what you got in PhD during
yes,
PhD course.
exactly, exactly.
So, Guli, I will connect you again for some
Yeah,
more part.
sure, sure.
Now, small thing, like generally people also discuss about jobs, that if we are going for environmental engineering branch, are we having enough job, or what type of job we are having actually. So Akhil, actually I want to connect you with you regarding this, that if a person or if a student is selecting master as a MTech, what type of job opportunity he is having right now in current situation. First talk about India and then foreign. What type of job we have, and what are the salary expectation a student can have.
Yes. So once you take the masters in environmental engineering, in the masters you will be getting exposure to the hydraulic modeling as well as the treatment. So people who has taken the masters will be having two streams, that they can go to the networking modeling, or if they can go to the treatment side. So if I talk about the salary ranges in the Indian MNCs, it starts for a fresher, it may start around 6 to 7 LPA. But if you go to an,
Sorry to interrupt you in between. Does
yeah,
it make any difference, like if you're going after B.Tech or after M.Tech, does it make any difference?
yes, it does make the difference. So in masters, mostly we involve in the design of network, and also the design of the treatment plans. But when we see in the after the bachelors, in Indian menses, it is assumed that bachelors will not be having a very precise knowledge in the designing part. So they assume that only the masters people would be having, and more opportunities would be there for the people who have pursued their masters in the designing part. And even in the salary also, if you can see in Indian MNCs, you can find around 6 to 7 LPA. But if you go to the UK MNCs or other than Indian MNCs, you will find the starting salary of 10 to 11 LPA for freshers. So the opportunities are wide. It is not something like the market is not before COVID. After the COVID, a lot things have been changed for it, especially for water and wastewater industry. So there a wide market has been opened. Though I can say the Indian market has been bit cluttered in water and wastewater treatment, but if you see in foreign MNCs, they are very much organized, and you can find a lot of opportunities over there.
So like you have like this is your second company. So like first company experience, because L&T is very renowned company in Indian condition.
Yeah.
So like what type of work a student who is going after undergraduate, so what type of work he has to do in L&T, and if any student who is completing his masters and then he is going for a job in L&T, so work difference is also there. Is it same work they are doing or different in the work profile?
Yes. So as I already mentioned earlier, that people who has done only the bachelor's, so they are mostly in L&T. If I say in L&T point of view, they will be kept as a site engineers instead of design engineers. So people who pursue the masters, they will be assigned the design roles, and likewise, you will be having the salary exemption. I mean, salary variations as well.
Okay.
So I say in L&T as a design engineer, in within 1 year, as it is a renowned MNC, and also it is not something like people say people will not be given the opportunities in the initial. As a fresher itself, they will be having a lot of opportunities open to them. So once they enter into it, to L&T, they apart from design, they also get exposure to the people skills, uh, dealing with the many technological providers, and also they get exposure to latest market technologies. Yep.
So
So
ultimately, I can say that like if we are doing masters, the work level will be somewhat related to design part. Like you will switch into the design part more
yes,
compared to the field job.
yes,
Because in like many students, one of my like a student, they are getting frustrated sometime because of the site work. They want to switch, but I think there is no academic switch we have. So, and if that will happen, it will take some time. So if you are doing masters and then you are going, then it will be easy for you to join the design part in your company or in any L&T type of company.
uh, I can say even if you do masters, it won't be that much helpful, but you will be aware of the terms. Like if I say SBR, IRBC, some kind of terms which will be aware in gate. I think gate coaching also will be making you aware of these terms. But in the
So does it
masters,
like, sorry to interrupt you in between,
yeah,
does it like that the design profile, the work which you are doing in the design profile, that work is only offered to the guy who are doing masters or who have completed master?
yes,
Ah, okay. So this is the situation. Huh?
yeah, yeah. So once you have done the masters, only they are going to offer it. And if you are there in L&T, it is a very rare case. If you are there in L&T after your bachelor's and you are still there in L&T for more than 3 years, then you might get a chance to get into the design.
Okay.
But I say getting into the site for an year after your bachelor's and then getting into the masters, and then after getting into the job would be preferable choice. Why? Because people must know what exactly is happening on the site, how the construction is going on, and what you're reading on the books and what is happening on the ground is entirely
Okay,
different.
so like some part of field experience is also required, and that is actually helping us to grow
Yeah.
our profile.
Yeah.
But Akhil, one thing, like few students, they want to start their job before going to the job interview, they want to start as an intern. So in a currently, like, can you tell few companies who are working, either it is MNC or maybe national company, so who like who are working in environmental sector, irrespective of air pollution, solid waste management, or water? Can you name few companies? Student will note it down regarding that company name.
Yes, unfortunately, we don't have any such kind of internships kind of thing, paid internships kind of thing in Indian MNCs. But few of the UK MNCs, they do provide, but it now they have been not providing such kind of internships. But still, if you have any such kind of
Unpaid,
uh,
not paid, even paid internship, unpaid internship.
there is no chance of unpaid, only the paid.
Okay.
Yeah, so now most of them know, no, none of them is interested in taking the interns. So they are,
Like those students who are doing master also, they also not going for internship, something like that.
they don't have a chance. They're directly getting the job.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
So,
So now,
matlab, the thing is that the interns are not so frequent in our condition.
yes, yes.
Okay.
So as the my role as a designer role, they are having a lot of demand. Demand is more, and I can say the supply is the engineers are very less in this field, especially
Okay.
in the corporate field. So immediately after the freshers, now even the MOT, which I'm currently working on, they are running into the campuses, which never happened before.
So right
They
now,
want the,
I think by mistake I have told Jacob. So
yeah,
that Jacob is also a company, but right now you are working in Mott McDonald. So it is also
yes,
a very good company. All of them, I
yes,
think they can
yes,
search for
yes.
it.
So you can see that even L&T, previously L&T used to run to the campus interviews, but it is very new for us as a Mott McDonald, a UK-based company. So they never ran into the colleges and doing the campus interviews. But as there is a huge demand for the people who is having the civil plus environment or chemical plus environment,
Okay. So
so they are,
chemical engineering with environment as
yes,
a
yeah.
master.
Yes. So there are two things which I could mention. If you are a civil plus environment engineer, you can be a civil engineer in UK MNCs. You
Okay.
can't be a process engineer.
Okay.
Process engineer means you will be designing the treatment for the
So,
sewage.
like one question comes in my mind because you have started discussing about foreign jobs. So, is it the right time to switch to foreign countries for a job related to environmental engineering or maybe some other part related to environmental engineering?
I say no. Now many people in the UK companies, I have spoken to few of the people other than my company. So even few people has left to UK recently. Even they regret. Why? Because people from the companies working in the UK, they want the cheapest labor, but
Okay.
unfortunately, the cheapest labor is in Indian labor. So they
Okay.
want us to work from here, and they don't want to work from UK.
Acha. So that is the thing is that like because of recession which is coming in the most of the part of the world, I think jobs are getting lesser in the
Yeah,
UK and US
and
type
they
of thing.
they prefer for Indian people. Why? Because in their perception, Indian people works efficiently than any other company.
Uh, yeah, definitely.
Sorry, any other country. So that is the reason they prefer us. Still,
And like any
yeah,
student who are in master right now, like can you name like first of all, just I think I have asked you regarding few company name if you can give so that they can apply or they can search for. Maybe they are not getting an internship, but they can search for like two company already we have discussed L&T and Mott McDonald. So other than
yeah.
that, what are the company we
I-
have?
Indian MNCs, you can go with RV Consultancy,
Okay.
and that is in Hyderabad, and you can go with Mega Engineering
Okay.
and Voyants, which are mostly in the South India.
Okay.
And if you go for foreign MNCs, you have Arcadis, Atkins, Jacobs, WSP,
Okay.
even Mott
So like
McDonald.
multiple
Yeah,
MNC we have.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
are these company are coming for placement in IITs or NITs?
Recently, Mott has started getting into it,
Okay.
and Atkins, yes, yeah, Atkins Jacobs also
So Atkins,
started
like
entering.
during our time also Atkins came
Yeah,
to
yeah,
our.
yeah, yeah. Now they have
So
increased the take.
now
Trying to take
Montblanc
more people.
also started coming.
Yeah, yeah, in the Mumbai.
Okay. So basically, like for these company, what is the major recruitment area? They want to take mostly from colleges or they want to go for offline?
They prefer offline.
Okay. So in that
Yes,
offline, it is little bit tougher compared to the college
I
scenario.
say it's not that much tougher if you have a references, internal references, and there are now you have a lot of means to connect to the people, like LinkedIn. You have which is a great way to connect to the recruiters directly. I
So
prefer.
it's, I think it is a must for any student who are going for like B.Tech or masters. They have to maintain a profile in LinkedIn, whatever
Yes,
achievement they
yes.
have.
Yeah, even I got the many campus interviews. I'm sorry, the job interviews after when I'm trying to switch from LNT to Mott. I have given almost like 5 interviews and I got selected in that, but everything through LinkedIn.
So that is a
Yes,
perfect, I will say, platform for to get a
yeah.
job.
Just make sure that your profile is very crystal clear and what you are. That should be your description about you.
So that is another, I think, learning for all the student to make a LinkedIn profile. You
Yeah,
can take help of your senior and all, maybe sometime your faculty also, to
yeah,
make a profile such that it will be showing you what actually you have. More people will be interested towards your profile, and definitely you are getting more call for jobs also.
yes.
Uh,
So,
uh,
and Mrigank, just one suggestion for the people who are watching this video. The
yes, sir.
people who are trying to start as a fresher, just get into the Indian MNCs. Your salary would be low. Just don't be greedy of the money. Why? Because in Indian MNCs, you will have an exposure. There will be wide exposure, not only to the process, not only the environment. You will be getting exposure to civil part and mechanical part, so that none of the foreign MNCs would give you such an opportunity to get exposed.
So exposure at the early stage is very good
Yes,
in Indian condition. That's what you
yes,
are telling.
yes. So from my personal experience, when I got into LNT, I got exposure to not only my environmental engineering, I also got exposure to mechanical, structural, electrical, instrumentation. And now I'm with a 4.5 years of experience, I am leading a project in Mott McDonald. So
That's great.
that,
That's great.
yeah, so that would be really a good thing if you get into Indian MNCs. I don't say LNT, you can get into mecha engineering as well.
Okay. So anyway, like with this now, one of thing our professor only in NIT, one of the professor, he told me that whenever you are going to get a first job now, that job should be like that job profile should be interested towards you. Like you want to do that job. It is not you like you are going only for the money part.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So this thing actually motivates me also and motivates anyone regarding this.
yeah,
So starting, if you want to do, you can like if you want to go foreign also. In general suggestion, I want to give to a student based on Akhil suggestion that if you want to go foreign also, let's learn some knowledge on ground in Indian soil, because here you will get chance to work in civil area also, environment area also, and in between any other thing related to process or something else, you will get that information also in deep, and that
yeah,
will help you because in foreign and all generally they have they pay for a specific thing. But if you know multiple thing also na, it will be advantage for you in that job profile.
yeah.
So that is the actual suggestion Akhil want to give. But right now I want to come to Rajat. Rajat, I think before going to PhD, you have switched into JRF.
Hmm.
So junior research fellow, and then after that you have switched to PhD. So what is the process like? Before that, you were in NEEDY also. You are doing research in NEEDY. So that is one of the option for environmental engineer to work as a NEEDY scientist. So like what is the type of work you have done there, and what is the scope we have if you want, if any student wants to start their PhD or research work through that way which you have done?
Okay. So basically, I will say JRF is a like junior research fellow is already we have some defined research objectives given to us.
JRF, sorry to interrupt you, that JRF opportunity you got based on BTech level, master's level, or what?
Yeah, that's I got based on my M.Tech degree.
Okay.
I gave the interview. It was the eligibility of that JRF position is always M.Tech degree of environmental engineering. If you are
JRF
going,
सिर्फ और सिर्फ M.Tech वालों को ही available है.
yes.
Okay.
If BTech is there, like before also, when I was in BTech, I applied for NEERI. Free with BTech, we get project assistant as a post there.
Okay.
So after that, if you see what it helps is how the research works going under the scientist or in big laboratories of India. We get the knowledge, and then we can think which is our favorable topic where we can go more deeper into it. Like basically in NEERI, I used to work in solid waste management, and when I felt sorry to interrupt, when I felt like no, my more interest was in water treatment, and I felt I should apply for JRF when the position was opened for IIT Bhubaneswar. And while coming also, when the project is of 3 to 2 years, we have chances of converting that JRF into PhD degree. So we'll be
so like you can get into IITs through JRF, and then after like completing your work, or maybe after getting some experience, you can switch into PhD.
Yes, not basically like we can have ask our professors to have my interest in that area, and I want to extend that topic into my PhD.
Okay. So it's based on your relation with the faculty or the guide, and he will suggest you to go for PhD if you want.
Exactly. So what happens now in this thing? Already PhD, some objectives will be defined, and it will help us to know what actual ground reality of lab testings are there, how things works in, and then you can extend that project. That's the main good thing of JRF is we can extend that project for our PhD. So we don't need to find other project work or new some SOP don't need to write. Direct go for JRF, and we can extend that project to PhD.
Rajat, currently, if I will ask a frank question to you, that because you completed your master's in NIT, and NIT Warangal is again a topmost NIT in India, and then you are doing your PhD in IIT. So does it make a difference doing PhD in IIT?
Yes, a lot difference is there. Basically, we can see the state of art of instrumentations that we have in IIT, which even though NIT was also there, but still we have more exposure. We can have more hand-on to high instruments, HPLC, IC, ICMS, FTIR. So which I was not able to handle in NITs. So that exposure I got in IITs, and that laboratories were much more bigger and were very easy to do the field laboratory work.
They are giving more chance to work on any laboratory work or any machines we can see.
Yes.
So definitely is the advantage. But like a student who wants to do IIT, who wants to do PhD, what are the preferable option for environmental engineering? Like which is the best IITs according to you?
Yeah, best IIT, I will say definitely first we should go for first generation IITs like IIT Bombay, IIT Madras is there, IIT Kharagpur is there, and
do we have any like a specialty like for IIT Bombay is for this purpose, or like we have, or in general we can talk?
In general we can talk, mostly we can go for professor specific, we can say. If
like students have a discussion about, like for BTech, if they wants to take CS, they have the aspiration to go IIT Bombay, because IIT Bombay CS branch they find it's very good. So like this, is that any setup we have?
I would say not setup, but if you want to work in wastewater or microbial fuel cell, IIT Kharagpur is good. If you want to work in solid waste management, IIT Bombay is good. If you want to work in industrial waste or wastewater treatment, IIT Madras is good. So
Okay.
everywhere, if I in IIT Bhubaneswar, if we see here, we have sustainable wastewater treatment, which is best in all over India. So
IIT
basically,
Bhubaneswar.
uh, so that's the thing. Like if we have specific professor who works all over India, he only is working, then it makes sense to go for that particular IIT. If I am interested in solid waste, I should definitely try first for IIT Bombay. If I want to work for some sustainable technology, then IIT Bhubaneswar is good.
Okay,
And
so topic is specific is there. So
yeah,
basically you can relate with your guide, like whichever under you want to work with. So according to that, you have to match your profile.
yes.
Okay, so Rajat, one thing more I'm asking to you, like if a student who have completed his PhD and he wants to take a job, what are the, because sometimes a student get affected with the perks what we are getting. So what is the lifestyle after? Because you guys have already watching many faculty, many lecturers, many assistant professor, then professor. What type of life they are living after completing their PhD or
Yeah.
postdoc?
Yes, yes. I feel here during PhD phase, struggle is more. We need more patience here. But after this, the life is very very smooth. Like just we had like 8 hours to 10 hours per week classes, and we can have our own research. We can innovate our things. We can put our own ideas into actions through professors when we get into the field of professorship, or we
Yeah,
can
yeah.
apply for outside jobs also, like there is more.
Generally in our master days also we say like professional job currently in India, professional job is the best job according to the work what we are doing. Uh,
Exactly, exactly.
yeah.
And they have more freedom. Actually, that's the main thing. We don't need to do repeated thing again and again as we do in jobs, or even if in go to some lectureships also. But here, what happens if you go into the this stream of professorship? There we can implement our own ideas to do the better development of our country. If you want to go in wastewater treatment, is there? We have still 70% wastewater which is not being treated in India, so there is more scope where we can apply our own technology. We can bring up our own startup. Like I would tell one startup also, one did with M.Tech degree. He started briquettes made up of just cow dungs, so that it
Okay.
helps to the wood will be less cut, and it can be used for burning the dead bodies. So this is also, they made that MTech idea into their startups also, and IIT fund those ideas also. So if you are in IITs, these ideas will be funded with like according to your need, 10 to 15 lakhs they will be given as a startup, and they won't have put loan anything on you. So that is also good thing. If you see that perspective, that is
So
also good.
nowadays this startup culture is also started in the research part also, and actually it's a very good sign for a developing nation. And as a like it gives opportunity for others also, na? Because any startup you cannot lead without some certain employees. So it is actually giving jobs also.
Yeah, and
So
mentorship is also given by the professor. That is also good thing. Like even
they will
if
be
we,
attached to that startup.
yes, so we have more contacts, we have more combinations with the different ministries also through IITs, because they are more connected with the ministries of India. So that is also helps in making the we can grow that company very easily, very fast.
So here one more question comes in my mind. Like during our days when I was doing masters, people have that think like we can only go for a good research when we are going in MS in foreign. So does this, if perfect mindset is changed nowadays now, because in India also we are getting so much lab which is equipped with so many equipments.
Yes,
So So nowadays, is it compulsory to go to foreign to, if you want to go good research in environmental sector? Is it compulsory to go in European countries or in Singapore, something like that?
No,
Is
no,
it
no.
compulsory?
Now, not that much compulsory. Now we have, if you see IITs, they have very best of best
No,
infrastructure.
sorry to interrupt you in between, because this question why comes in my mind now. This few days back, I have visited IIT Tirupati, and I have seen so many equipments, and that too like costly equipments. That too, it's a new IIT, and they are
Yes,
giving so many equipment to new IIT. So that means nowadays all the equipments are there in IITs.
yes. And like what helps is the main thing is infrastructure is very good. And even if you want to go, IIT through different MOUs are there, that is tie up with the foreign university. Some IITs, like we have tie up with some UK universities. So for 1 year, you have opportunity to go outside and take knowledge from there and bring back. So 6 months scholarships is being provided to M.Tech students, so that like dad is also known for Germany. If you want to go, dad,
Huh.
one scholarship is there. So that helps, even if you want to have some foreign exposure also. Now Indian institutes are also providing through internship, that we say no internships is there. So 6 months they can live in Germany, and it will be fully funded by government of India, and it helps to bring back that exposure back into India. So that is also provided. That is good thing, yeah. Which is
So they can
provided
go
for,
like while doing their PhD or research work, they can go for internship or something like vocational training for
yes,
foreign also.
yes.
So now I want to switch to Sabri. Sabri, currently you are doing your PhD in IIT Madras also, and with that you are doing your job also. So one thing I want to ask, is it difficult to manage work as well as that means related to research work as well as work which you are doing in job? Is it difficult to manage this?
Yeah, Sarav, initially it is a bit difficult, I'd say, because I'm not getting sufficient time initially, because initially you'll be in probation period in job, or you don't have much time. So it will be initially it will be a bit difficult, but as the time progresses, you can say that yeah, you can kind of manage both the things, because it will help. Some or other way, the contacts that you develop in job will help you in doing PhD. Yeah.
So currently, like you are doing master in IIT Madras. So those students who are interested in environmental engineering, what are the like basic suggestion you want to give to all those aspirants who wants to start their career or who wants to start their master as an environmental engineer?
Yeah, masters, I would say environmental engineering, as Goli said, it's an emerging field, because you have, as and when you have so many problems, then there always arises an opportunity. So always you would say that environmental engineering is an emerging field. So if you study the core subjects in environmental engineering thoroughly, the basic concepts that you are studying, so it will be very much helpful in the later part of your career, I would say. Be it research or job, it definitely helps. So the basic thing is you have to be the master in your core concepts, say wastewater treatment or anything. That principles, that philosophy, you should be you should spend some more time there, I would say.
And like you are working right now, you are working in CPCB, I think, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, TNPCB, this is Tamil Nadu Pollution
So,
Control Board. Yeah.
like that, like what type of work you are doing there?
Yeah, it is like it differs, means the basic eligibility for PCBs in other states, like state pollution control boards, or I think in
So like
most of the
basically I
states
want
it's
to ask Sabri
bachelor's.
here now, like other than CPCB, like what are the like state pollution control board you told now? So like that, any other organization which you can tell to student, like their job offerings will be there you can apply. Like other
Means
than
you are
CPCB,
telling for environmental engineering, or
particularly for environmental engineering, like a
Environmental
student who
engineering,
have
you are
completed master degree in environmental engineering. So
yeah.
like CPCB you have applied for. So other than that, like what are the organizations in India where we can
Yes.
apply with the master degree?
Yeah, master degree we can apply for NEERI. NEERI is a good institute where scientist positions will be offered for M.Tech, but mostly they'll
Okay.
prefer, even though the basic eligibility is M.Tech, but people with vast research experience, they'll get the direct scientist post. So NEERI, you can say, then the CSIR labs, many labs are there. Especially CLRI is one of the labs where environmental engineering is having more scope. Then Salt and Marine Research Institute. You have so many options there. Particularly for environmental engineering, I'd say NEERI and CLRI, they are more.
And
We have more
CSIR?
opportunities there. Yeah, CSIR labs, the CLRI is one of the CSIR labs. So yes, you have more opportunities there, especially in environmental field, because this CLRI is basically leather research institute, right? So wherever you have this tannery related issues, so water, wastewater treatment, there this environmental engineering is having more scope. So yeah.
And nowadays I have seen like in many state, the state pollution control board vacancy is also coming. Like few days back, Rajasthan, few years back, I will say, Rajasthan, this state pollution control vacancy came. Then in Tamil Nadu also it came. Then Kerala also it came. So like they are also giving job opportunity, not like many jobs, but at least 30, 40 jobs, environmental engineer job they are giving to master candidate actually. Those who have completed their master degree.
Okay. Yeah, especially recently a news article also came that most of the pollution control boards are working with less than more than 50% vacancy. So there is more scope for in the future also, because more posts will be created, and yeah, you have more opportunities in government sectors as well, because especially in pollution control board, this, if you have masters in environmental engineering, then it will be definitely helpful, because there is slight edge. Even in
Like
interviews,
even I think few months back in Bihar also I have seen 284 posts, and that is totally based on a master in environmental engineering. Other branch are also allowed, but you can also apply through master in environmental engineering degree. So one thing is very clear that job opportunities are there, but like if I ask you especially about IIT Madras, what are the placement scenario if a student are coming for master? What is the placement scenario? What type of jobs they are offering?
yeah, mostly people from here go to this L&T, because L&T is a major recruiter here in IIT Madras for M.Tech. Initially, this some part of this what do you say, this CPCL or HPCL, because this M.Tech in IIT Madras means definitely they'll be having more score in GATE. So people with more GATE score and in environmental engineering, so those sectors, they definitely hire this M.Tech people. But nowadays, I think this Wabag one company is there, and yeah, but the thing here is in IIT Madras, people who are joining here, they won't go for placements. Almost more than like 30 to 40% of people, they'll convert after their M.Tech first year to PhD.
So they are
there
like
is
dedicated
option here.
about research only.
Yeah, after 1 year of this coursework, they'll used to the faculty or their research field, so their inclination will be there. So mostly they'll be converting their M.Tech into PhD at the end of first year itself.
Okay.
Yes.
So
even
mostly
if you
like
join
those who
as
are going for
MS,
IT, they are more interested in research work.
research, yeah, more inclined, yeah. And after, even in MS also, after 1 year you can upgrade for PhD, because once you enter here, they'll be exposed to a lot of opportunities here. You have, as Rajat mentioned, you have foreign internship opportunities. Yeah, and exchange students are there. Then joint doctoral degree is there. That is like you'll be having joint doctoral degree. In your PhD, you have both the university's name. Like here in IIT Madras, then in Australia, some university, or in Germany, some university. So your degree will be awarded by both the countries. So there are a lot of opportunities, especially in IITs, I would say. Yeah, in NITs also it is there, but it is more in IITs, I would say. So you have more opportunities here because people here, the faculty especially, they'll be having more contacts. So getting into their labs, their exposure will be entirely different.
Okay, so that is the one of the thing actually advantage for all the student regarding
Yes.
the job which you have told now. So Guli, I want to switch to you. I want to know the placement data, just like I asked Sabri also regarding this. So for IT Bombay, what is the placement data we have? Like what type of jobs currently we are getting into IT Bombay? If anyone is doing masters, not talking about PhD, if anyone is doing masters only from IT Bombay.
Definitely there is a lot of scope, but I agree with Sabari to a certain extent that there will be most of the students will be inclined towards converting or continuing their research career further in after M.Tech, or they'll be converting after first year to PhD. So I would say mostly people show inclination towards continuing doing their research. Apart
Okay.
from that, there are several other placement opportunities. Of course, that is common everywhere. The companies which will be working in core environmental engineering will be showing interest towards recruitment of environmental engineering students.
Okay, so thank you, Goli. And one student is asking Jeevan Prakash, is NIT Surathkal is best for environmental engineering? I think all of you guys will agree that NIT Trichy is the best for environmental engineering branch based on department wise. If you ask, then Warangal and the Surathkal, there will be like sometime it will be on second, sometime this will be on second. So is it the situation same, or it is like is it something that is changed now? I will ask any of you can answer this.
Not
Akhil,
to
if you
take it
want to
serious,
ask.
but Surathkal, you'll get a bonus as a private beach for you.
That's really great.
Yeah,
Like many
but
students, I
many
have
of
seen that they are giving this logic. Sir, their beach is also there, na?
yes, yes.
That's
But jokes apart, there are many of my friends who has passed out of from NIT Surathkal. They do have a lot of opportunities. Basically, I already mentioned earlier that people in this area are very less. If you have a brand mark of NIT, then absolutely you are going to get something somewhere in the market. Yeah.
Definitely. And so I think this session we can conclude it now. So based on our discussion, what we can say is that currently environmental engineering also a very good branch if you want to go for masters, especially if you are dedicated about research. Definitely there is a lot opportunity in that. But if you are interested in jobs also, many companies, many MNCs are there who are recruiting you. Definitely if you are going after master, you will have more knowledge, more specified knowledge, and more deep knowledge regarding your subjects. And I will say opportunity also you are getting more, because many of the companies which Akhil also told, these companies are not coming for undergraduate college. Like many of you are in private college in some part of the country. So most of the companies are not going in that case. And direct internship, most of the companies are not taking. In general, I'm talking about. So again, if you're going for master and then you are applying for those company, it will be a better chance to get into a proper job in that company. So we have ample amount of work related to research, related to jobs, as well as if those who really want to go foreign to do work in their environmental sector part, we have ample amount of research work opportunity in foreign also. For that, you already know GATE will not be required. There you have GRE exam, TOEFL exam, that you have to qualify, and then you can search for different university in foreign also. So regarding this, IIT is nowadays giving more opportunity in research part also, jobs also, but few students I have seen in IITs and NIT also, after doing their masters, if they are not interested towards their branch, they are switching into other core company, like IT core company jobs also. Like in IT Madras also I have found few students, in other NIT also you will find. So these type of people will be there because they have not found interest in environmental engineering, but according to my suggestion, and I think all of my colleagues will agree, if you are really interested about environmental engineering branch, if you know the basics of this branch, you will get a job in Indian condition. You will get a job based on your requirement, based on your aspiration. Definitely you will get a job. That doesn't mean that you are working as a consultant or you are having your own company. Ultimately you will be working somewhere in a good position. Okay, so that's my thought based on this discussion. If any of our colleague wants to add something, they can add.
Yes, I just wanted to add, if you want to increase your career opportunities, so we did a mistake in environment during our masters. That is, we didn't learn few of the softwares, which is ePanet and water gems as well.
I think
So
this part actually I forget to ask you, Akhil, that like few software name you can suggest to all our students. Like ePanet, I think it's a free software. They can learn from their own also.
yeah,
They have
but
the lab manual for that.
but in industry point of view, there is of no use. I can say ePanet. So it's better you go with the water gems and sewer gems. You can learn it. You can get it a cracked version over online. And if you
like
are
SAP and Sewer Gem, these they can work.
Yeah, sewer gems and water gems. So if these things are added in your profile, then you will be the odd one out to pick from the companies.
So these software, ePanet, I think I'm aware of, it is available online. I think it's free to use, at
Yeah.
least the basic version. What about Sewer Jam and this Water Jam? Is it
You
available freely?
You can get it many cracked versions.
Okay.
Yeah,
So like
can
it
be
is
something
available.
like,
You have to do a little bit research in Google. You will get that part.
There are a lot of stuff you can find it on Google. Or
And related to other than that,
yep. So environmental, as you wanted to go into modeling, only the softwares you can get it from market, but micro drainage, which is very costly, you can't get it on the as cracked version or something. Once you get into some Arcadis or Atkins kind of companies, and only you can get an opportunity to learn.
okay.
Yeah.
I think with this we can conclude this session, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much, all of you.
Thank you.
It's been a nice session discussing with all of you regarding environmental engineering. Thank you, all of you.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Bye.